Hello, everyone. It's Darling, daughter. That is my AMSR in the back. This is the first video. It is April 17th, 2026. I am welcoming myself back to this platform, but I am inspired by another goddess, a true goddess. I myself have been in the field as a goddess. I saw this goddess dress, obviously, as a hyper feminine girly pop. I do scavenge for items that can represent my aura. I do unfortunately live in a xenophobia place right now, so when I do get later on in the channel, I can talk about that later. So this is my voice. This is how I sound. I've been on the internet for a long time. Obviously, my TikTok and Facebook, my Tumblr, and my X, they have all been in existence. But I'm not an orator. I curated this, and I do say that curated is not to be fancy. I curated this channel to be esoteric. I studied at Columbia College Chicago, and I'm emotional because this is emotional. This cup was given to me by a tribe member of mine. It does actually have tea in it, praise God. And I only use vernacular. I'm not affiliated religiously at all. I am emotional. My voice will be in and out of various different tones because I don't usually use my physical body anymore, obviously. So you would say, then why are you on YouTube? I know. I'm on YouTube because people on YouTube have literally saved my life. That's even YouTube you hear in the back. And I know that the internet right now is sensational and it is being, utilized on both sides of the yin and yang. And this is both sides, not just one side. I've been a blogger my whole life. It started off my whole life. My mother was a journaler, and I'll use that word mother a lot because that's how I started this channel, this YouTube channel. And I'm currently in the physical location of California. That will also make me cry. Because I'm a Pan-African anti-Western expat. So you can imagine if I'm sitting in Los Angeles County, Los Angeles, that's very, very difficult for me. And I just want to use this video to shout out someone I love. Her name is Adrienne, Dr. Adrienne. And she's the first person that supported my YouTube in 2009. Can you imagine? And at the time, it was called LA Language, which is my government initials, in the fact that I was talking, Now everyone understands that you can find anything. Obviously, let's think of the word like Northwest and blue, and everything is a word, and you just come up with a word, which is why I'm making a video for YouTube. My previous YouTube channel, I did delete because it was unmonetized, and at that time, I'm a Black American by birth, so yes. I then transformed and mutated to who I am today, August Marie, and monetization is not necessary. I actually monetize other blogs. So that's why I've decided to move to YouTube with this one, and I'm grateful. And it's fuzzy for a reason. All of my blogs have started organically, just for the fact that I am, if you want to Oh my God, I'm from the fucking IoTs. I don't know if we curse on YouTube. I won't because I know from my other blogs how to use the platform, and we don't even know where this will go. It's only 2026, baby. And as I said, I have been in the underbelly. It's a real word for I don't even know how long. I'll start to use dates because I'm into numerology, but maybe I won't because I'm trying to I am right now in rehab. If you didn't know, that's where I am. So I did say that tearful, emotional, vocal fry shit. Sorry, vocal fry. I think you can't curse on YouTube, thank God. There's so much stuff. And I don't get into semantics because then I wouldn't even be recording this video. I would be talking to myself out loud, which is how I got on YouTube, my previous one. As I said, LA language. That's not how someone would remember it. I deleted it for a reason. I love to create new accounts and new identities based on, like this guy I'm watching right now on YouTube. I've had a TV once as an adult, so let's say 18 plus, and I can say as a YouTube, and there's more than the word love. Some people use it like a source. So YouTube is a source for me, which is why I decided to record my voice and just do it for myself. I personally, just as a get to know me, and you'll see I skip around with things. I'm a stoner, and I have, as you guys would want, I use terms that others can understand. I would use different terms in IRL. I would use different terms if I was speaking in different places. You can imagine I do not speak in these terms. Um, but I have multiple chronic illnesses. They're genetic, and one is physical and one is in my brain. Also no, but I would say it's like psychologically, emotionally, because some people have brain illnesses. So there's different types. Going back, because I do skip around because I am distracted, which is great. I live alone. I am a solo polygamist currently, and transitioning out of that to just polygamy, which means I would be partnered in some capacity, and that is a huge part of my life, so I speak about it often, which is cute, because in my previous times I didn't get to speak about polygamy. At that time I was a Christian, or I was autonomous. So now I really do use these words because I am back in the West, and it's important that I can communicate to others for myself, because I do want to chronological it in the platform of the internet, which is what I've used to save my life. Going back to what's on my screen, I would say one, I've only had a TV twice, one for like 6 months, and then now for this last week. And if you are potentially using YouTube also, and I know now when I speak, I am a 40-year-old, so that will help you understand the vernacular conversation. And I know y'all loop us into millennials, cute, because I'm an internet girl. I'm a true girl blogger, and if you hashtag that's like my whole life is girl blogging. So everything y'all say about us is true. Write it in the comments. I'll let y'all have the comments. In my previous years, obviously I didn't use my voice, I didn't use platforms, I don't use comments, I don't try to engage with community at all. I was autonomous, sovereign, solo, polygamous, and I am just deciding to change my life at the year of 2025. So here I am in the first year of my second, many mutations, but just let's say in my conscious mind of this speaking and oration from this body, this would be like a second, third mutation speaking. So so having an actual TV has taken my YouTube, which I use for a sense of source, to a whole nother level. Because if you look at my YouTube, some people do now, I reverse search everything because I work in the underbelly still, but I'm getting into the window of tolerance, which I asked my overseers for spiritually, and I am in that. But I am a work in progress because, as I said, my mental chronic disorder is my adversary. My own self is my adversary, which is why I don't speak a lot, and I only use the internet for ghost blogging, and this isn't ghost blogging. It kind of is because I'm a faceless content creator, but as you see, most people are doing AI now. Some people are just doing clipping, and that's where I've been. If you want to click on any other links, you're just going to see mostly UGC content. It's not me, myself. I am, and I'll introduce myself, a Red Priestess, writer. Specifically, I do personal excerpts, and I do like what you would consider, I don't know the word because I'm not from the industry. I'm just telling you what I do through words, which is like slam poetry though, without saying it. And I don't think that's slam poetry because that means to talk. There's things like haikus and all that, but again, I don't like formalities because I'm trying to have been and continue on getting away from Western style, Western vernacular, even my own vernacular. Like I speak patois semi. I listen to a lot of content in Yoruba, and a lot of my creators that are my favorite are in Korean, and I live around people who speak Spanish currently because I'm in California. I am not absolutely from California. I am absolutely, for real, a nomad of nowhere. Just in the last 12 months, I've been in probably 16 states, United States. I'll use these words, so if I say them incorrectly, it's because I've just been seeing them. So now that I've decided to orate a blog, or I don't know if y'all call this a vlog today. It's not a day in the life, and it's not really a vlog. This is, to me, an introduction first video. And it's cute because, as I said, I use YouTube to save my life 2020 forever. You know, I was on YouTube the years of 2009 to 2015, and then I was on Snapchat for another 7 years. So that took us to what, 15 to put us to 20. Yeah, I was on Snapchat to like 2022. My Snapchat was like my family, and that account had to die. And then I went into the underbelly, as I stated. So that is a whole nother channel, a whole nother blog. It's never promoted ever. It just exists. So I've been in that since 2022 to 2026 currently and actively. As far as anything under this name, which is 2022, and I'll just speak about it briefly because it will come up on the channel. The name of the channel is my son. He's a Caribbean Jamaican, right, from the island of Jamaica in Westmoreland, and my daughter as well, conceived in Jamaica, Westmoreland. I am a legally married person, so that is just honest to be truthful, but I have done a complete, my partner is a warlock, and I'm a succubus. So those two do not marry or match, obviously. So that is what we call unreconcilable differences. It just exists, though, because the person is a warlock. So you can imagine there is nothing but why I am who I am today, a pure red blood priestess. I am an angel mother. That is the most important thing about this blog. And it's not something I go into deeply, but it is how it was curated, created, and it is done by blood. So if that's a topic, an issue, a challenge for YouTube, for others, we'll see. But that does mean that, like, I can't. If you ever watch Carrie, it's a very strong movie with a strong character named Carrie. That is exactly what happened during my mutation, and in its own way. So I bled out my son, I bled out my daughter, and both of their bodies, souls, and energies still live in, as I call, purgatory distress at all times. So you can imagine my legal partner and their father is exactly why I am a participant in the 4B movement. That's one hashtag. You can look up I am a feminazi hashtag. I'm absolutely a dark feminine zealot. So y'all know that if you've ever been on the TikTok. But I'm also a divine feminine because I was born to a fairy core. That's a real thing. Also born into a cis-normative nucleus American household. And that to me is one of the most demonic sources of energy I've absorbed and escaped. And if you don't know, I'm not perfect because I'm right in the thick of it. I am a relocator as a caretaker. I actually relocated. I am a nomad, and my identification is Montgomery, Alabama. Hence, not in that. I don't live there at all in any capacity. I live in currently Burbank, California, and this is a complete red zone for all black women. I will say that 100%. All my windows have to be closed. I cannot breathe. Like, this is, and it's sad because my biological kin, who, if you don't know, as a red priestess, I, through YouTube, as I said, YouTube is my fundamental of my existence, and you would think that's crazy. I'm not joking. I'm even an expat nomad. I have 2 passports, 2 social security, I have everything you can imagine. I have a complete house, masonry, AC, everything. Like, I doppelganger myself. So, and still, baby, I'm sitting in my L for real. And I am dramatic. If you are into astrology, I'm a Leo. And because the internet and the sensationalism and the alchemy and all the things that I will allude to through this conversation that's going to end soon, which is I use all of it, not any of it. And I am an absorber, and I am a gremlin, and I am a solo, pure infiltrator in all capacities, in all facets, and it really is just the plane. If y'all ever watch, I can't think of the name, but it's a comedy. I'll link it if I can below, and maybe the sketch, because the sketch will pretty much on some hoe tap shit. When as I say, I post for my mental. It's my flow state. This is my hobby. So that's why if it's monetized, not monetized, everything I do, money comes to me. That just is true. I was on YouTube, it turned into a reality show. This girl right here, these right here, given to me by Dr. Now. Not Dr. Now did this right here. And then I want to shout out Dr. Kerr and Round Round, Texas. So my YouTube channel turned into a TLC show. And then I expatriated over time, and then I reemerged. And then I mutated through my son, August, and then my daughter, Marie Love. They were born 2020, 2022. They both passed away at birth. And one was birth, but also, we'll say one was not. One was at birth. But to me, birth is, that word that you can go. I'm a wordsmith, and I like everything about words. That's how this started. I'm from Tumblr. So the original OG of August Marie 2022, and it's important because that's the death date of 2 children. August is a child. His name is August. He's a boy. He was born with a full head of hair, 10 toes, 10 fingers, and his name is August. He was born in 2020, and he passed away in 2020. And then Marie was conceived and then passed away in 2022. So it really is August Marie 2022. Like, don't play with the numbers with blogger girls. Like, it means something. Just like, if you ever know, I'm 100% an infiltrator, so I work only in hardcore ground guerrilla blackness. So if you ever are in that industry, people love they don't play with the 304 and the 808, right? So I'm August Marie 2022, and it don't just represent 2022. That's the alchemy of, or that's the symbolism in it. Is that one was the end of 2020, that's the end of his date, and the other one, the end of her, is 2022. So if you put him in and her in together, it actually equals 2022, which is when August Marie was born. So. Which was the end. So Mrs. Marie Love passed on in Virginia Beach Boulevard, Norfolk, Virginia, and it was 2 non-for-profits. So I'll get into that in the next video, which is how did I come from leaving America, and I have a Scotia account, I'm married, my son, my home, and then here it is, flash, 2026. And I am a full legal resident of California, y'all. And why does my last ID, though, say Montgomery, Alabama? Stay tuned. And I call people loves, dolls, and daughters. I don't use fans, watchers, followers, just because I'm, like, gagged out by the internet. So, but yeah, my husband's daughter. He had her before our marriage. They just call everyone daughter. Like, so I love that word. I'm called divine daughter. Goodbye, divine daughters.